What is going on, you guys? Welcome back for another brand new video. Today we're going to be diving into Elden Ring and everything we need to know about it before we get our hands on it. The game releases February 25th. Now I've been diving back into Demon Souls, and I tread lightly with that because I'm not very good at the game. I can't even get past the Lord's Path, but we're giving it our best shot because Elden Ring does have my attention. It's created by the director of Game of Thrones. Loved that show. I love the Dark Souls franchise, even though I'm absolutely horrible at them. And by horrible at them, I've never beat one of them. But I just love the art direction, that eerie darkness the game has, how frustrated it makes me. It's a challenge every time you play it, and that's what gets you going every time and brings you back to it. So I did want to dive into Elden Ring and just everything we need to know about it so far. If you guys do enjoy the video, please be sure to smash the thumbs up button, consider subscribing here, and turn on that notification bell so you guys never miss an upload. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So the article we pulled is from PCGamer.com. It says Elden Ring, everything we know about FromSoftware's next game. The article is written by Lauren Morton, and it says, here are the details on Elden Ring, the action RPG made in collaboration by FromSoftware and George R.R. Martin. 2020 was a long, hard year, and it was a year without Elden Ring. After its E3 2019 reveal, we saw and heard virtually nothing. As FromSoftware toiled away in secret for so long, we knew Elden Ring was still coming, but we hadn't seen it in action or even gotten a scrape of concept art. At last, that's finally changed, and I doubt you could have even imagined it. Elden Ring has finally re-emerged, not in a leak and not in any cryptic hints. It's very real and coming soon, actually. Release date is going to be February 25th, so the game comes out in about 4 weeks. And it says, here's what we know about Elden Ring, which is finally a lot, including its release date, what it looks like, and blah, 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 blah. Elden Ring launches on February 25th, 2022. It was originally expected in January, but FromSoftware announced a short delay in October of 2021. Depth and strategic freedom of the game exceeds initial expectations. From said in October, thank you for your trust and patience. Trust and patience seem to be bigger than ever as Elden Ring has officially gone gold, meaning a final version of the game is ready to be put into discs for physical sale and go on to the digital marketplaces. The Elden Ring network test took place from Friday, November 12th through Monday, November 15th on consoles, but were unfortunately not available on PC. Some players even paid hundreds of dollars to get test access and play the game early. We got to try out some of the game, and there were things we both liked and disliked, as well as not being entirely sold on its open world. As expected, the preview also left lots of questions yet to be answered. It's unlikely that FromSoftware will run another network test, as it's not that long until release now, but we'll update this section if that unluckily does occur. So what is new in Elden Ring? Elden Ring definitely feels like Dark Souls, but FromSoftware are pulling a few new tricks too. Here are 14 things we learned from the hands-off. It previews in August. Here's the short version of what's new. 1. Open world. Elden Ring is an open world with 6 main areas to explore. Jumping and riding. You can jump and ride on horseback. You can guard counter, attacking immediately after blocking, separate from parrying. And a world map. A drawn map where you can place your own markers. And then what's returning, kind of like what's been in the Dark Souls franchise already. There's co-op, PvP, invasions are in, but you may not be able to invade solo players. Bonfires, fast travel and resting are back. They're now called Sites of Lost Grace. And Bloodstains. These are back too for laughing at the mistakes of strangers. That's always been one of my favorite parts of Dark Souls, is just, seeing people's comments and then watching people's little character, make the mistakes, fall off the map, get killed by something, you don't know. So I'm going to skip parts of this article because some of it is talking about watching the first gameplay trailer, which I'm assuming most of you already have seen. And what we have playing on the video now while I'm reading through this article is the gameplay that just came out, some new gameplay from GameSpot. One question in the article is, how long is Elden Ring? In a recorded presentation at the 2022 Taipei Game Show, Elden Ring producer Yasuhiro Kitao confirmed that the main campaign is about 30 hours. This will differ significantly by player, but in terms of targets set during development, the idea is that the main route should be able to be completed within around 30 hours, Kitao said. The game as a whole is quite massive and contains many dozens of more hours worth of gameplay, but if we were talking about the main route only, it shouldn't take much longer than that. What is Elden Ring's combat like? Based on what we saw in Elden Ring's gameplay trailer and the new, longer gameplay reveal, combat looks rather similar to the Souls games, which is not at all a bad thing. we like Souls games. Elden Ring's combat seems to be kind of action RPG fare that we're already familiar with from producing. There are large bosses, there's dodge rolling, backstabbing, blocking, and spellcasting. Even the combat animations are familiar. As far as the stamina system, FromSoftware says the stamina bar exists in Elden Ring, but we feel it has less influence on the player overall. We wanted to make it feel less restrictive. Now here's what's different with the combat. Stealth and mounted combat. Elden Ring will have a horseback combat of some kind. We haven't seen much of it, but there are definitely instances of slashing and an oncoming enemy while you're both on horseback. There's also a stealth system, though FromSoftware has said that it's a light part of the game. Summons are back, but bigger. There also seems to be a big focus on summons. Souls games have allowed you at points to summon the spirits of a friendly character to help you in battle. They're always located in particular spots, often near boss fights, but Elden Ring's summon system seems much larger and more freeform. Miyazaki explained that in his IGN interview that players can summon creatures as allies that would otherwise normally be enemies. And these spirit summons, we feel like, as well as there being a large variety to them, they're a nice collectible hidden element within the game world to discover and to equip as you go. They offer a lot of different strategic options, but also the player might find that they just like a certain enemy tagging along with them. A certain summon pleases them aesthetically, so there's a lot of strategic and a lot of personal touch to these summons. Now it says less restricted weapon skills. You'll also have more freedom of how you construct your build, which will be less restricted by your weapon choice. Before, there was a certain skill attached to a certain weapon. Now you're actually able to freely interchange skills between a large variety of weapons, Miyazaki says. There are, I believe, around 100 skills in total. Obviously, you're free to combine your different skills with different weapons. You're free to build your character with different weapons and equipment. You're free to learn magic as well. So if you throw all of these things in, we think the build customization is going to be even richer and more varied than before. FromSoftware revealed 5 of Elden Ring's player classes, just like the combat. They certainly look familiar. You'll be able to choose from the Warrior, Enchanted Knight, Prophet, Champion, and the Bloody Wolf, each available in 2 body types. Now, I think the Bloody Wolf was the one that you've seen, from the trailers, the one with the white, ashen hair and, the mask. Yeah. Now, this asks is Elden Ring's multiplayer. We've already touched that. The game is co-op. It has a summon system with, a partner, but it's a little bit more freeform. It's not as, intricate kind of near boss fights. Just skim through a little bit of this because it is a little bit longer. It just asks how big is Elden Ring's world and how do you get around. Like we already said, the map has 6 main areas, and how do you get around is either by horse, which I know it's showed in the gameplay trailers, as well as it says you can run around, which it's a lot less likely you're going to do that, but if you do choose to stay on foot and run around, the stamina bar does not exist if you're not in combat, so you can just sprint wherever you're going. It asks about the setting. The setting is the Lands Between. We know that. And it asks how George R.R. Martin got involved. And it says George R.R. Martin got involved because Miyazaki is a huge fan. So I think I'm going to skip the rest of this. I just want to get back to you guys now and kind of share my thoughts on Elden Ring. So what makes me excited for it is just the open world aspect. It sounds like they're making it a little bit more accessible for someone who's not so familiar with the Dark Souls, formula. Someone like myself who struggles with the games, just having a map and a little bit more freedom in combat when you're not having to worry about a parry and then attack. It sounds like a lot of it's going to be a little bit more freeform while still taking on the Dark Souls challenge. I think will kind of even out some of that for us newer players. But I'm just really excited for it. I think the open world thing's really cool. I love the art direction Miyazaki does in these games. It's quite something you haven't really seen before. It's just this weird, dark take on a lot of RPG elements. But I want to know all y'all's thoughts down below. Are you picking up Elden Ring day 1? Is Elden Ring not really your speed of game? Is it something you're going to be trying out for the first time? What are you excited for? I don't really know what character I'm going to do yet. I usually end up playing like some sort of knight, so we'll probably end up going down that route. That's going to do it for today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you guys are looking forward to Elden Ring as it comes out February 25th, 2022. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to smash the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing here if you guys haven't already and enjoy the content, and turn on that notification bell so you guys never miss an upload. As always, my name is Ross, and I will see you guys in the next video.